Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight I have a brand new ship for you guys. Now, you guys know I've been on a little bit of a quest to get better in destroyers. I've been more patient, trying to pick my spots better, trying not to be detected until I want to be detected. And I'll be honest, it's working. It really is. So you guys will have to let me know. But we've got a brand new ship for you. So, you guys know that I was in the Fubuki in the last one, and I have a new ship, which means I am now in the Akatsuki, a new Tier 6 Japanese destroyer. And I will be real, this ship is ridiculous. This ship really is ridiculous, guys. Now, I know I give the Japanese destroyers a lot of crap about their guns, and that's mainly due to up till Tier 4. At 1 through 4, you do not shoot your guns on a Japanese destroyer. It's just useless. You get like 2 guns, and they don't hit when you shoot them, and it's a fail. So you rely on your torps. And so I try to take that and use my guns for what I need to. Now, the guns from the Fubuki on seem to be pretty decent. The Fubuki gets those dual turret or dual barrel turrets, whatever you want to call them, 2-gun turrets, and it actually has quite a nice little punch. But, as you can see, we're going to do some aerial denial and throw some torps out where I think some people may sail. And we're going to hold on to some ships. Now, I'm going to try to put myself in a position to flank these battleships early on. I know there's a lot of destroyers in this match, so I'm a little bit weary, because I have a tendency to get too far too quick and run into all of their destroyers, or run into one destroyer and not kill them quick enough and have all of their other destroyers go, we need to get rid of this guy. So with that being said, I'm going to slow down initially, and then I realize that I have backup, so I'm going to keep pushing. And these guys in these battleships are just begging to be ruined, and we're going to see what we can do about that. But, again, I'm weary of another destroyer popping out, because even though I have help, it's still not preferable. Now you can see the Gneisno is turned around and headed back towards the rest of his team. And I have a feeling that when I come around this corner, I was going to run into a destroyer. So I was ready for it. Wait for it. And so far so good, we're doing alright. We ain't got to worry about getting run over by a destroyer just yet. And we have battleships that are now within torp range. So let's go ahead and throw some of those out there, shall we? We'll throw that one out there, and that one out there, and let's just throw another one out there for good measure. Oh no! We have an American Fletcher. Oh god, that is the worst possible thing I could run into, is an American destroyer. Good news is, the worst possible thing he could run into is my torpedoes. And down he goes. You gotta love when you fire torpedoes off and the destroyer's like, I'm gonna kill these guys, and swings right into them. Because, I'm sorry destroyers, but if you run into a Japanese torpedo in a destroyer, you die. I don't think I don't think there's a destroyer out there that can take a Japanese torpedo from a Tanaka. Because I'm pretty sure that these things are very close to, if not at, 20,000 damage. It's like 17 to 20,000 damage. And in a destroyer, you don't get any sort of... And we do get a hit on the Iowa as well, so we're at 25,000. Now, about the being patient and picking my spots. I don't want to rely on my guns at all. I want to get better with torpedoes. So that's what we are going to try to do. So we go ahead, we launch a little bit in front, a little bit behind, just in case he decides to change his course, and maybe we can catch him. Now, I'm keeping an eye on how close these guys are getting to me, because they're almost in spotting distance, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want to be detected until I absolutely have to be detected, and usually by then, you're in trouble, because if you detect me in a Japanese destroyer, unless you're another destroyer and you sneak up on me, you're going to have a bad day. Because if you're in a battleship, it's because I'm going on a suicide run, and you just managed to get yourself into a world of trouble. Now, that Iowa did a pretty good job of getting out of there. He knew that there were 2 destroyers over here. We were all spotted, so he wasn't going to sail in a straight line. Now, we've got quite a bit of time here. We've got about, 15 seconds until we can fire our torps at this Gneisenau. But again, it's all about taking your time, and you guys will see what I mean. In a destroyer, and this is one thing I touched on in the Iowa video. I think it was an Iowa video. No, it was the Fletcher video I posted last week. One of the things that I touched on was being patient, because you have the ability to do so much damage in such a short amount of time that as long as you get a good, solid kill, you're going to be close to the top of the leaderboard, because you're going to have, 50 to 70,000 damage if you get a battleship. So keep that in mind. You don't need to be right up in the middle of the fray the entire time, which is where I go wrong. Now, again, Gneisenau knows that we're out here, so he's not maintaining a course. But are we going to catch him anyway? It looks like he may be turning back. Come on, torpedo. Catch him. Nope. He managed to miss all of them. It's a shame. But again, we only need one strike to actually hit him. So we're about, 10 seconds out from launching our torps again? And this guy's luck is going to run out. He's going to forget at some point that there are torps out here. Nobody is this amazing that they can dodge every set of torpedoes all the time while maintaining focus on the enemy battleships that are shooting at you. You just can't. You forget at some point. So we go ahead, give him a nice little spread, in hopes that he changes course a little bit. And of course, this will be the time that he doesn't really decide to change course a whole lot. But those torpedoes look pretty good. And in fact, come on, baby. We don't need a huge hit, we just need a couple. Come on. And looks like we're going to get at least one. Are we? Yep, we got two. 2 hits. Nice. And half his health is gone, and just like that, we're at 52,000 damage. But that's what I'm talking about. The amount of damage you get per torpedo is pretty insane, so you don't have to force the issue. And that's my biggest issue. I force the issue way too much. Sit back, pick your spots, don't get spotted, and you will have fun in a destroyer. It's a bit of a, a fishing game. Except instead of, going fishing for torpedoes, you're actually going fishing for much bigger fish. And when you've got battleships in the palm of your hand like this, you're gonna get your hits. It's gonna happen. Again, he changes complete course correction, goes all the way the other direction, and we go ahead, throw some torps out there. And are we going to fire another set just to be sure? Yep, we go ahead and fire another set just in case he decides to not die from our Gneisenau, who just launched torps at him. And it looks like he's hit, so down goes the Gneisenau. But as of right now, we have 50,000 damage, and I know what you're thinking. Well, Spartan, this wasn't that great of a game. Remember what I said about not being detected until I want to be detected? This is exactly what I'm talking about. We've got an enemy Tirpitz out here who is full health. And so we are going to go as hard as we can directly at him. Why? Because he can't kill me faster than I can close the distance and put torpedoes into his face. So that's what we're going to do. This is what I call a Suatorp. This is there's one way that we get through this. Either we kill the man, or he kills us. Now, I like my odds, especially if he fires his guns before I get detected. Because if he does, he's a dead man, and he knows it. But it doesn't even matter. We've got our engine boost going. And so we are going to set a collision course with him. Right now, he's going away from us, but we are closing the distance pretty quickly at 42 knots. And even though the Tirpitz is not a slow battleship, it's still a battleship. 42 knots is plenty to catch up to him. It's going to take some time, but we're going to make it happen. And he's been firing his guns at the Gneisenau. I'm assuming he has. That's the only thing that should be spotted right now, unless my other destroyer decided to start shooting, which I don't know why you would. You don't want to be detected by a battleship until you are too close for him to do a damn thing about. And that's what we are. Now we are detected. We are 5 kilometers from the man. And he has missed. Which means he is in a world of hurt, because now we're sailing towards each other. We're within 3 kilometers. And wait for it. Oh, the friendlies' torpedoes, are they going to hit before ours do? Nope, it looks like they're going to miss. He might get 1 hit. But we are 1.5 kilometers, and now I'm going to try to shoot him. And wait for it. Yeah, this is going to be a bad day, sunshine. All his health belongs to me. And just like that, our 52,000 damage turns into, what was it, 115,000 damage? So yeah, pick your spots, guys. 116,000 damage, 10 torpedo hits, 348,000 credits. Not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.